It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Purity Brewing Company. And this is a rather kind of... I was going to use the word bland. I'm not going to use the word bland, but not much information on this side of the can. Can of Purity Brewing's Pure Hell's Lager, coming in at 5% ABV in a 500ml can. There you go. There's the writing there on the side of the can. There you go. If you want to pause the video now, have a quick read. So 500ml, without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. We got a 3-finger white head, good levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. It's a straw coloured, hazy looking Hell's Lager. It's very appetising, and it's quite pungent. It's got a lovely aroma to it, even from this distance here, holding it kind of half an arm's length. Lovely kind of spicy, peppery, lemon aromas coming from the beer. Let's get a proper nose then on the beer. That smells fabulous. Wow, that smells really good. Yeah, there's a touch of tangerine, lemon, spiciness, pepperiness. Oh, it smells great. I'm a big fan of Purity Brewing Company. We had their Saddle Black recently, which was really good. And they do a few other beers. I think they do a beer called Mad Goose. I think I reviewed that in the pub in Cardiff, one of the old traditional pubs in Cardiff. I had it on keg, and the Aroma Tavern. That smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Fabulous. What a clean, crisp, refreshing beer. And my love of lager is only growing. My love of lager is just growing and growing and growing. Gone are the days where I was just Mr. Real Ale. My palate has evolved. I think it was just down to maybe a bit of young pig ignorance. You know, I was kind of like, oh, lagers have nearly killed the real ale market, and you know, there's lots of hate to be had here for what lager has done to the real ale market. But I think I've grown up a bit now, and I've realised that actually there are some fantastic lagers out there. It's not just, yeah, there's some pretty bad ones. There's some pretty bad ones, and they seem to still dominate the market. Your wet, carbonated fizz with next to no taste. People still like to drink that for some reason. It's a bit like wine drinkers, you know, wine connoisseurs buying bottles of Lambrini. Why would you do it? You wouldn't do it. But it's not just about poor quality lager, as Purity have demonstrated here. There are some terrific lagers out there, from Germany to the Czech Republic. This is a German style beer, a Hell's Lager. Hell's Lager. Organic beer, fantastic taste to it. No, I mean, what Purity have demonstrated here, again, is the fact that you can pump loads of flavours, or you can brew a beer with loads of flavour, a lager with loads of flavour. It's spicy and peppery and lemony and orangey. And it's still very, very refreshing. It's still a very, very refreshing beer. Nice little bit of lacing on the glass. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. A little bit of sweetness to begin with. A bit of sweet kind of biscuit malt coming through. I say biscuit, light biscuits, cracker breads, kind of wafer, light wafer type biscuits, rather than your kind of deep, kind of rye bread or digestive style biscuit. It's more of a lighter wafer biscuit flavour coming through. But it really is terrific. Really is terrific. It's one of these breweries. I keep looking at the address. I think I did it on the Saddle Black can. Where are these guys from? The reason why I'm looking for the address is I would love to try. I have had some, that Mad Goose, we had it on cask, I believe, in the Aroma Tavern. So I have had their beer on cask, but I would love to try, this would be definitely a keg beer. I would love to try this on keg. Cans are great. Cans are great for people like me who live in South Wales, where the beer market's great now, but it was slow to catch on. So kind of to be able to get a good kind of craft Helles lager around these parts is terrific. But I would like to travel. I would like to see these guys. Purity. There's no address. It's a bit of a shame, really. I think they're kind of middle of the UK. Pure Helles is a gluten-free and organic take on a classic German-style lager, soft and rounded with a dry, sparkling finish. Helles is a traditional German pale lager beer characterised by an underlying malt sweetness, easy drinkability, and sublime refreshment. Brewed using only the finest British organic malt and hops, complemented by German Sapphire hops, Pure Helles has a clean, refreshing taste and bright appearance with that unmistakable purity character. Great. Excuse me, itchy nose. It does have a nice bitterness on the back end. I don't really talk about bitterness too much these days. I talk more of a spiciness and a pepperiness. That's my take these days on a bitterness. Especially on a beer like this, because you're tasting spiciness and pepperiness. And bitterness, of course. But it's not like American West Coast style IPA bitterness. But look, let's rate it. Nice carbonation. Nice look to the beer. Good lacing. Lovely aroma. Fantastic taste. Purity Brewing Company, Pure Helles Lager. I hope that's a permanent beer. I hope they produce this all year round, or hopefully the summer months at least, because that is terrific. That is a terrific, terrific example of a Helles Lager. I've had hundreds of them, drinking lots of them in Germany, and that, for a fantastic little British brewery, that is as close as you're going to get to a really good quality Helles Lager. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!